Je mě slyšet? Maso. Je mě rozumět normálně, mikrák funguje? OK. Tak jo.
Mimir, I still don't get why you ever wanted to work for Odin.
Back then, I was young enough to still be ambitious. The Aesir gods were as powerful a force as I'd come across, but they clearly lacked for strategy, focus, and sage counsel. All this could I faithfully provide. And so, a stranger from a far-off island found himself with Odin's ear, trusted as he trusted no one but himself. And with that kind of power, laddie, I must confess, there are perks.
Yeah, but he's Odin.
I never claimed to be perfect, laddie, only clever. And often too clever by half.
So what'd you do to get Odin so mad at you?
Well, for a long time my job was to enable Odin, and I was fucking excellent at it. Gradually, as I grew more to care about people and the world, my job became to contain him, to protect him from himself. By serving peace, I served his interests as well, that's the truth. But he saw it as disloyalty. No longer trusting my motives, but not wishing to part with my brain or tongue, he bound me to a tree and adopted a new pastime of casual torture.
Well, I'm glad we came along to cut off your head.
Aye, lad. Lucky break that was.
No jak jsi viděl z videí, jeho hlavní zbraně je tady ta sekera. On jakože ty zbraně on používal v původních hrách. To myslíš nahrává. Kde co nahrává, však to normálně jde. Já jsem akorát chtěl slyšet tu storku celou. Od Mimira. Mimir je ta hlava, co mám přilepenou na opasku. Anyway, let's do some killing. Tuhá mrtka.
Another name. Gunnar.
Why the arcane runes? Perhaps we're meant to find something in Muspelheim and Niflheim.
Now where do we go from here?
No jede ti to nebo nejde teďka ten stream?
Now where do we go from here? Mimir, you never told me what happened with the stonemason's son.
Hrimthur, son of Thamur. After completing his father's masterwork, the Great Wall of Jotunheim, he thought of nothing but making the Aesir pay for their crimes against the giants. Once he longed to fight Thor, but tragedy had brought wisdom to Hrimthur, and cunning. He observed that Asgard's walls were half-built and shoddy, for no Aesir god could be bothered with such tiresome labour. So Hrimthur adopted the guise of an ordinary man, and made the Aesir an offer. He would build them majestic new walls, and if he couldn't build them within 2 turns of the season, they would owe him nothing for his labours. And if he succeeded, he asked only for an audience with the goddess Freya. Odin agreed, knowing the task was impossible, but intrigued by this stranger. Hrimthur made short work of it, of course. He had the benefit of his father's training and the aid of a magical stallion for fetching stones. Odin was not happy to find himself on the losing end of the wager, but he seemed to uphold his end of the bargain. Freya was sent to meet the mason, and to her surprise, he wanted only to whisper something in her ear. That being done, he made his way out of Asgard. And when he found Thor awaiting him at the gates of Midgard, he knew he had been double-crossed. But he didn't care, because his plan was complete.
It was? What did he say to Freya?
Only she could say for certain, but I've had many moons to work it out. Hrimthur knew that Freya loathed the Aesir, despite her marriage to Odin, and I believe he gave her the secret to Asgard's defences. Some weakness he may have built in, structural or magical, which I expect will be exploited come Ragnarok when Surtur arrives to burn Asgard to ash. If not sooner.
Furt tě není slyšet? To není možný, vole, kurva. Pořád tě mě slyšet? Test. Já jsem se s tím snažil hrát.
BrBla's part of his crew? That's a tough crew.
And all his responsibility.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Does it frighten you? Responsibility.
Oh, no. I don't think so. I mean, I think it used to, but not as much anymore.
Why is that?
Well, being out here, with you, makes me feel more grown up. Another name. Hilder!
You're familiar with the tale of Skoll and Haughty, bringers of day and night?
Oh yeah, the wolf giants.
Aye. They were born of the arch-wolf Hrothwitnir, a great nemesis of the Aesir gods. Odin captured them as pups and kept them in the kennels of Asgard to hold his foe at bay. But when the sun and moon grew mutinous and stood still, Odin put Skoll and Haughty to use. With his ancient magics, he cast the wolves to the heavens, and they began their chase. And long shall they chase, but not endlessly. For it is foretold that someday Skoll and Haughty will catch and devour their prey. And that day shall be Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods.
But Ragnarok is supposed to be Odin's doom, isn't it? Why would he set the wolves loose if it fulfills the prophecy?
Precisely the question, lad. It's always about control. The wolves determine when Ragnarok begins, and now he controls the wolves. A battle fought on his timetable is a battle he better stands to win.
No, kurwa.
I see something down there.
Počkat, to nejsou.
Okay. What about the giant with 8 arms?
Starcath the Mighty, he was called. If the Giants ever had anything so organized as an army, Starcath would have been their general. An opinion, in retrospect, I should have kept to myself. But no, as Odin's advisor, I kept him advised. And having bent his will towards Starcath's doom, there was no dissuading him. You know what? I'll tell this one later.
I felt blessed to lead such a loyal crew. We'd become a family over the years.
Psycho, ty vole.
I don't know what we're still doing here.
I see something down there.
Right then, where were we? Ah yes, Odin was plotting the downfall of Starcath, the mighty 8-armed giant. And we'll pick this up later.
Seriously, how did this one captain lead so many men?
He had their loyalty, so they followed.
And then they all died. He must have been a bad leader.
Why do you think that?
Well, he led all these men to their deaths.
True. But these men chose to follow. Even good leaders make poor choices. The best take responsibility for them. Remember this.
Right then, where were we? Ah yes, Odin was plotting the downfall of Starkath, the mighty eight-armed giant. But even Thor wasn't stupid enough to take on Starkath on his own. No. Instead, the Aesir set forth slanders upon Starkath's name, branding him throughout the realms as a monster to be feared. They said he abducted an elf queen who killed herself rather than be ravished by the giant. Lies, of course, but you're too young for her story. In the end, even the Vanir gods and the armies of Midgard were roused to the cause. They surrounded Starkath, showered him with arrows until he was brought to his knees. He surrendered, hoping by trial he could clear his name. Thor took advantage and ripped off one of Starkath's arms, which only made it easier to sever another and another until he was satisfied. Relieved of 6 arms and too much blood, Starkath perished upon the battlefield. Ah, I regret it to this day, you know. I told myself there was nothing I could do, but I wish I'd tried.
That was the last ship. I hope the captain will be satisfied now.
Unlikely. He was determined to put these men to rest himself.
But he would have never been able to.
That does not matter to him. Our victory will only remind him of his failure.
Then, why do we do this? Father, why did you really want to help the spirit?
You need the experience.
I've had plenty of experience fighting these things. What's the real reason?
This man inspired loyalty. He took responsibility for his mistakes, and he was determined to fix them. These are good lessons for you.
Oh.
Yes. Oh.
Kurva, takže slepej. Piči. Stvorný, no.
If I'm not mistaken, we've yet to discuss the tale of the giant Bergelmir.
Oh yeah. I remember his shrine. He looked happier than the other ones. Mostly.
It begins in an ocean of blood.
Finally, a story worth hearing.
You know what? I'll tell this one later.
Mate,
That's right. We killed... we laid them all to rest.
I see. So even in death, I am a failure.
But in life you were honorable, strong-willed, and you inspired loyalty. These are good qualities, aren't they, boy?
Yeah. I couldn't believe how many men followed you here.
I thank you for your kind words. May your journey have a more pleasant end than mine.
Well, you're right. You didn't seem very satisfied. I guess you never really get over losing ones you care about.
Never.
Wow. It's like there was an entire city under the water.
Aye, lad. A forgotten city.
What was it called?
Well, I forgot.
Mimir. You were in the middle of a story before.
Was I? Oh, yes! The tale of BrBla begins in an ocean of blood. If you remember, Ymir, the first giant, was fatally stabbed by Odin. It's in his blood our story starts. Ymir's magical guts poured out in a torrent so violent it threatened to flood all of creation. The Jotnar were unprepared, as the very last of them were washed away in the endless tide. Not just Ymir, but all of giant kind faced extinction. And so would Odin's victory have been complete. But Ymir's kind did not all perish that day. Staying afloat in the hollowed husk of a tree, the frost giant BrBla endured, as did his lady wife. For weeks they sailed, until finally they came upon a new land. They called it Jotunheim. And there they would start anew. As father and mother they would multiply exceedingly, and as king and queen they worked to make Jotunheim a land where giants would know no master but themselves. BrBla never sought revenge for Odin's slaughter. His vengeance was to live and prosper. He died at peace, a legion of his kin to mourn him. He would ever be known as BrBla the Beloved.
BrBla the Beloved. Huh. I've never heard a story end that way. Not a true one, anyway.
If you do, laddie.
Govig's bones.
What will you say to her?
To Govig?
Your mother. What have you left unsaid?
I guess... I just want to know if she's okay.
She's dead, boy.
I know that. You don't understand.
Neither do you. The final bone.
Yeah.
We might as well return them to the spirit. Maybe he will keep his word.
I know she's not coming back, okay? I know. I just... Never mind. Let's just go return the bones.
Nahoře to ukazuje ten modrý kosoštěrec.
We have collected the rest of your woman's corpse spirit. Show us this magic you have promised.
Ah, my sweet Gulvik. Whole again. Rise, dear Gulvik. Awaken, oh powerful Gulvik!
Evni ukarbitjast.
She says she'll honor our request.
Fagna.
And reunite us? Okay, you were right. Alright, say it. I told you so.
I told you so.
You are naive, foolish boy.
This is true as well. But do not take your disappointment out on me, boy. Take it as a lesson.
Yes, sir.
You are foolish, my boy.
Got any more giant stories, Mimir?
Well, if you see any more shrines about, you can always ask.
Nic, použijem Bifrost a skočíme si na druhou planetu. Mhm.
Let's do it. Suit yourself.
Did you know her?
I never had the pleasure. Laufey was a rumour in the halls of Asgard. A giantess warrior who thwarted many an Aesir god's plans, freeing those who they would enslave, feeding those who they would starve, generally making a nuisance of herself in the most noble of ways. Thor was terribly frustrated he could never find her to fight. Once my imprisonment began, I could only wonder what became of her, and who she would turn out to be. This is quite a singular lineage, lad.
No tohle je vole taková lokace, kde je něco jako takový jakoby random generovaný dungeon s pastma a nepřátelama. Ty si tam vlastně z truhel získáváš takový speciální materiál a musíš se s ním vrátit jakoby ven z toho dungeonu, aby si ti započítal. A pak si za ním můžeš upgradeovat itemy, stavit itemy a nebo odevírat takový ty dimenzionální porty, ze kterých musíš zabít nepřátelé na quest jeden. Takže to zkusím tady udělat. Jo, vidíš nahoře ten metr, tak to je ta dotka. Ale těžký, nějak extrémně těžký není, ale musíš si dát bacha na ty postí, to je větší problém než samotný souboj. Čo nevidím druhý a třetí symbol. Je tady. A ještě jsou dva někde. Tamhle je druhý z té mlze. Aha, tamhle třetí vzadu, OK. No, hezký. je... Oh shit. Fuj, to bylo dobré količka. Tak to seru. Jdu ven, ať se mi započítá těch 14 kg. To je normálka. Tady ty truhly, ty zakódované truhly se odebírají jedním ze dvou způsobů. Musíš najít 3 symboly a zničit je, anebo ve správné kombinaci nabouchat, vole. Největší problém je na tom to zaměřit ty sekery, vole, do tu sekeru a hodit to a trefit se prostě 3krát po sobě. S těma analogovými páčkama se mě strašně na piču trefuje, vole. Proto taky na kontroli nehraju žádný střílečky, vole. Oh shit. Mrde. Tohle bylo ostřejší. Poněkud. No, se radši pomalu vrátím, ale takový potrhanej hodně. No právě no. Radši to odevzdám. Potřebuji se dát půl litru na otevření jednoho portálu, no, tak uvidíme. Kolik jich máme? 2,7. To je řezník, co ten Kratos, vole? Nesede se s tím, vole. Co to nějaké nový ty učitelé, jako to? Ne, pičo. Tak jak se nám dostat, kurva. Aha, takhle. Fuck. Ano, šutr, do prdele. Ano. Tady ty vole smějící si babi nesnáším, vole, ono to je zranitelný, když to je zastanovaný, vole. Jinak ta píča odlítne, vole, odportuje se prostě do hajzlu.
Yeah!
Dovedeš si představit, že ten soubojový systém je docela zábavný, že? Když to takhle vypadá, takhle se takhle se to hraje, vole. Teď to musím stěhnout zpátky, ty vole. Trochu jsem se vůbec naším předtím, ale už tady nemám čas, bohužel.
Brother, you're fading fast.
Je piča, vole, mě to vzalo moc dopředu, to odhození. Jsem chtěl hodit do té pasti, ale vzalo mě to s sebou. Musím rád. První nahoře, druhé zase v mlze. Třetí pičo až tam vzadu, vole. Ty vole, tak to je kurva. Ještě se mě to hraje má prdel, ne? Nejde o to, že doleva, jde o to, že ono tam nedolítne. No nic nedal, vole. Aha, tak to je zpátky.
I see you're actually enjoying Evaldi's workshop.
2300 a můžu jít zkusit vržit první vole portál. Zvědavej, co to vyleze, vole. kde je, váčové. 1, 2. Kde byl ten tři tamhle, aha. Musím takhle. No, já si musím teda vrátím.
So good.
To by mělo stačit. Nic mu nebude, ale potřebuji otevřít tady quest, že musím otevřít a jakoby znova zavřít 3 portály. Otevřu z toho vyběhnou monstra, ty vyzabím, pak to zavřu.
Seriously, be careful with those realm tears. Oh, what brings you around, friends?
Už jdu na jeden, neboj. kolik mám teda? No, chvíli, to je jedna bedna. Tady zabíjím tu první místnost, tady na to. Tak jo. Jsme ready. Well, ready. Tak to jenom může být, že jo. Musím rozdělit tady z těch truhel, myslím, ne? Aha, tak to je ovšem boží. Co je kurva Anchorov fog, vole? To bude dobře hovno v tom třeba, já si myslím, že to dostanu si bednem tady. Nicméně mám hlavně to, proč jsem to chtěl dokončit, pač na konci tady toho questu jsem čekal, že dostanu ten item, který jsem právě dostal z ty bedny. No ale vlastně. Takže už ano, budu upgradeovat teďka. Finální upgrade cukry.
Supposedly the realm tears contain some kind of terrible secret Ivaldi wanted hidden. But who knows, really? Dwarves are strange. And yes, I realize I'm a dwarf. Can I just say, it's a sad day for your enemies. Was there something else? I'm feeling creative today.
Armor. Aha. Zajímavý. Takže echos, což jako v pohodě. Hejzíš z těch beden. A smoldering ember je z toho kampu
Oh,
teďka.
what? Nothing? Oh, okay.
To je ono, aha. To je taková špice, jak jsem si myslel. Vypadá celkem hezky namaxovaná sekerka. Zkusím jeden triál tady udělat, tak když se povede takhle, tak dojdu ještě ke kompu. Za chvíli pokecat. Možná vyzkoušet Jägermecha, vole. Jägermecha.
Oh, you just feel like a long walk in the heat, I guess.
Tady v tomhle realmu jsou jakože zkoušky. Ono ti to dá, co máš udělat v kombatu, nějaký test svých schopností víceméně, když ho splníš, tak dostaneš materiály na upgrade nebo na craft. Jakože endgame materiály.
Ready for the ultimate challenge.
Oh shit.
It begins.
Here we go.
Avoid taking damage, to je nejhorší. Cože, já jsem dostal nějaký damage, vole. Oh, fuck off then. Zkusíme druhý meč, vole. vyšlo.
Ready?
Ready.
Revenant behind you, brother! Revenant to your right, brother!
Almost ready.
Ty čo, ty jsi to asi neudělal, ale... BrBla.
There's the way through.
Dobré, tak jo, jdu ke kompu. Stačilo.